morning. I'd like to thank the Anchorage School Board for allowing me to present today my proposal for the Alaska Native Scholarship Program. I hope today to be able to talk to you about establishing the need for this program. Also, how we can establish a scholarship fund. I'd also like to discuss the purpose of the program, explain the qualifications for students receiving the scholarship, and also the requirements of the scholarship recipients. What do you think of when you think of Alaska? Do you think of majestic mountains, giant glaciers, abundant wildlife from moose, wolves, bears, eagles? Very few people think of Alaska Natives, however. And Alaska Natives actually have a very important part of Alaskan history to tell. Many people only think of Alaska Natives as Eskimos, but obviously there are many other tribes of Alaska Natives that currently reside in Alaska. Some of them include Athabaskan, Yupik, Inuit, and Aleutians. To tell the story of Alaska Natives goes back 10,000 years. The indigenous people of Alaska arrived nearly 10,000 years ago from Asia by crossing the Bering Sea land bridge. They learned to live in this very hostile and remote climate and vast wilderness by developing sophisticated hunting and fishing techniques. Later in the 1700s, Russian explorers encroached on the native Alaskans' hunting lands. They were in search of the lucrative furs, or otherwise known as the soft gold, that was available. They actually overhunted many of these animals for their valuable pelts, and as a result, significantly reduced the animal population that the Alaska Natives relied on for food and clothing. Later, the additional European explorers, came to Alaska, and they further exploited the Alaska Natives. They forced them to hunt for them as serfs, and they introduced diseases to the native tribes, and this decimated many of the tribes. They forced them to adopt white man's language, white man's clothing and housing, and as a result lost many of the native traditions. Our Alaskan elders attempt to preserve the native culture and pass on the native customs to younger generations. In fact, even today, there are certain tribes who try to maintain the subsistence living lifestyle. They hunt the caribou in the interior. They fish for salmon in the many streams. As you know, Alaska is a very distant and vast land. There are only 2 or 3 major roads throughout Alaska, and much of Alaska is only available by dog sled, bush plane, and snow machine. As a result, many Alaskan youth feel cut off from the rest of society. They struggle with their identity. They feel caught between the modern 21st century and their ancient Alaskan culture. And the purpose of this scholarship program is to try to help the Alaskan youth with this crisis. The purpose of our scholarship program is to promote an interest in the Native Alaskan culture within our community. We hope to preserve many of the native languages and customs that have been lost. We want the youth to take pride in their native culture and help them connect their past to the present. We know we will be able to establish the funds needed for this scholarship program through a variety of means. We've already canvassed some of the business and industries in our community who are willing to donate to this scholarship fund. Various community members have indicated an interest in making donations to this scholarship fund. Our PTA is willing to do fundraisers to contribute to our scholarship fund. And in fact, many of the native tribe corporations in the native villages are willing to contribute to this scholarship program. Now, to qualify for this Native Alaskan scholarship, you would need to be of Native Alaskan descent. You would need to be a high school student and have a 3.0 GPA or higher. And you must be willing to promote Native Alaskan culture within our community. If a student were to receive the scholarship, these are some of the expectations. First, we would select 5 students each year for the scholarship, and each student would receive $1,000 each. This would help them to attend one class each semester at a local college campus that specializes in Native culture. The student must also be willing to travel to Native villages to learn languages and customs of the Native tribes. Native students who reside in the villages must be willing to come to Anchorage and bring their culture to our classrooms. And the students must be willing to participate in the Alaska Native Culture Center performance and visitor activities that are held throughout the year. This program will help young children of Alaska Native descent to learn the old ways as Alaska elders, Native elders, teach them the customs and traditions of the past. It will also help young people take pride in their culture, but will also provide them a bridge to the modern world. The purpose, again, of this program is to help our Alaska Native youth learn about their past and be prepared for the future. Thank you for your support. I hope that you will support the Native Alaska Scholarship Program. And I thank you on behalf of the youth of Alaska.